Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the best number DD514A magnetic strip. This video is literally just about a piece of magnetic strip used in the DD514, but the video is important because it will at least let you see what this looks like so you know whether or not this is what you need. Overall, first some dimensions. The overall width looks like it's about ½ inch, maybe just shy on that. Overall length, 6 inch. Thickness, 0.127. 0.127, so 1/8 of an inch thick. Now I happen to have the entire DD514 here on my desk. This will allow you to see exactly where it installs. Okay, there's 2 of them per DD514, and what happens is the key sits here, the bow sits here, the blade comes down here, you stamp in this area, and all the magnetic strip does is just rest on top of the key blank, or the cut key, and kind of holds it there. I'm going to grab a key, if you want. Let me grab a key and we'll move on with this video.
If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it.
I went and grabbed a key, and please forgive me, Best, but it's not an original Best blank. It was just the one closest to me. It's going to sit in there. Key blank sits, you just take that and it'll just hold it in place. So now the key's not captured in place, but it's not moving. It doesn't move laterally at all, and it's held in place via that magnetic strip. So that's the goal of it. Now, if the magnetic strip wasn't there, I think what you would really experience would be if you didn't have the magnetic strip and you placed your keys in here and you smacked it, if you'll just focus on the key. The key jumped. It moved. Not so much that time with the magnetic strip. So that's the purpose of what that strip is doing. Let's switch to the screen view and let's take a closer look at the supporting information.
If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it.
Okay, here's our item. Not a lot to see here. Magnetic strip used for stamping cores and keys. Service equipment. Well, let's take a look at some photographs that we have. That's the magnetic strip. 6 by half by 1/8, basically. All right, now below this video are a couple of links. First, there's a cut sheet and a product catalog. And the cut sheet is just literally the one-page snippet that's coming out of the product catalog, but here it is. DD514 core and key marking plate. Well, the magnetic strip is mentioned here for the entire item. You can see the design's changed a little bit since this image. This image could be from who knows what decade. But the bottom line is there's a magnetic strip. Probably an improvement over what this has done from the perspective of stamping the key and having the rest of the product in the tray or the marking plate shift or move or bounce on you. Okay, now let's take a look at the entire product catalog. And this is handy in the sense that what you're going to have in the entire product catalog is all things service equipment from Best, now owned by Dormakaba. Combinating kits for your A2, A3, and A4 system. The difference between those is a separate topic altogether. Happy to cover that with you if you would like. Key combinators. If you are punching original keys, if you're originating best original keys, this is what you want in the sense of a manual key duplicator that has a circular shaped cutter in it is not the correct way to cut these. Now it'll work, but it's not correct. And what happens is in the combinator, it's basically a die that's going to cut the key. So the key is in here and the die is going to notch the key so that the cut looks like this. In cross section, the key cut will look like this. Very important. Now, if you cut it with a rotary cutter, the key section is going to look different in the sense that it's going to look, because the profile, we call that BB, the profile on this is going to be flat. The profile on this one, on a rotary cutter, like your Ritan, your Kaba, whoever key cutter you use, that's actually going to look more like this because you're cutting it on a circular wheel. Okay? Or on your HPC Blitz. It's going to be curved on the bottom of the cut. Best keys are not meant to be that way. They weren't engineered that way. So, will it work on a rotary cutter? It will. I've cut countless keys like that. Duplicated countless small format keys. But it's not the right way. And if you are going to maintain an A2 or A3 or A4 system, and you need to duplicate keys, this is the tool to have. It's not uncommon for us to get a call from someone with a 25-year-old combinator and need it serviced. Those things are tanks. And we generally keep one in stock, an A2 and A4. Spanner wrench, that's probably for servicing the tool. Key gauge, couple of them actually. A little more fancier, a digital version. This doesn't show it being digital, but if you order the A502D, it'll have a digital readout. Really nice way to measure the key, the cut, as will the key gauge, but this is going to give you a lot more accurate data in terms of a root depth than the key gauge will. This is a capping press. If you are combinating best cores, this is the first time, I don't know what the break-even point on this is, but individually capping best cores is a major investment in time. This reduces it substantially. Not only substantially, but it also sets the caps to the proper depth. That's at least as important as saving time, because with this capping block, how deep you set the cap really matters in terms of how much tension the spring is under. You don't want the spring overly compressed or the key won't work correctly. So the capping block puts the right amount of tension or pressure or compression on the spring. Ejector pin, tweezers, capping hand block, this goes with this. This allows you to shoot everything out from the bottom of the core. This is a stamping block, but just for a single core and a single key. And there's our DD514 graphite shop organization. A much larger marking plate is here, dies, and other service equipment as you go through. And I've only gone halfway through the service equipment catalog, so I'll leave to you the rest of the catalog to discover. Now there's a link below this video as seen here, and when you click on that, you'll be able to pull up not only all of the best products we sell by means of this horizontal navigation as seen here, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. Up above are encyclopedic documents. The A2 service manual is here. The mortise and rim cylinder catalog is here. The master service manual is here. Quick reference to combinating best cores. I like that one a lot because it's literally what you see when you lift the lid of the best original pinning kit. This gives you everything you need to know to combinate the cores. If you've never done it, learning how to do it from here is possible, but without knowing the formula by which you determine your pins, it would not be really easy to figure that out at all. But this is a good reminder. This is a pinning chart is what this is called. This is a pinning chart. Okay, so let's wrap up this video on camera.
If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it.
In conclusion, on that manufacturer's page, there's also a link to the Frank Best patent of the small format concept from 1921. So if you wanted to see what that original patent looked like, it's there for you to review. If you have any questions on the DD514A strip of magnetic material alone for the DD514 marking plate or any other Best product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.
Thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.